Well, thank you very much, everybody, for being here at this lovely May 2nd, 2021 at Global Technopolitics research team meeting. So let's start the meeting with Jennifer, if she is here. Is she?
Yes.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Oh, your voice.
I know.
Okay.
This is back, but my research is up. I don't know if you guys took a look.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind
Jennifer, if it's gonna bother your throat, I don't want to put you under pressure. If it's difficult.
It's not great, but yeah, all my research is up.
Well, I saw what you did. Thank you. It's good.
Yeah. Yeah. And any comment, we will put it there. Maura, did you see the research?
No, I haven't looked at anybody's this morning, but Jennifer, you saw everything I sent you back last week, and you saw leaps and bounds as of last week. So I'm sure this week is another leaps and bounds forward. So I'm really delighted.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Jennifer. So Leo, would you like to talk about your work?
Yep. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, so last week I was kind of out of commission. I was feeling quite sick. So I kind of just took this week to catch up on actually what Echo was writing. And I saw that last week she did a report on the security aspects of 5G. And we're supposed to be starting our white paper. So this week I wrote what I think would be an outline for a white paper, but I kind of need to schedule a call with Echo to figure that out, where I pinpointed kind of the key topics that will be addressed, which is mostly just the technology side. So that would just be the parts of our research that pull from 5G infrastructure, 5G costs, and 5G benefits, and then not so much on the geopolitics or the policy decisions yet. And then I put I put those categories down and started kind of just brainstorming right down everything I remembered or everything I could pull from past research. And then I color coded it and highlighted parts that I think I'm very confident in. So in green, I highlighted things I'm very confident in and things that I don't think needs much more work. Then I highlighted in blue things that I feel like needs a little bit more work, and then highlighted in red parts that I think need a lot more work. So that's kind of what I did this week. And I'm trying to schedule a call with Echo probably next week just to figure out an outline so we can start actually writing part of the white paper.
And Leo, did you put a key on top of your research so we know what color is what?
Yeah, I did.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Okay.
It was good.
Yeah, sorry, then I didn't pay attention. Yeah. Maura?
Again, I haven't read anything, anyone, so I have to catch up with
Okay. Any comment from anybody else?
Well, it seemed like a good way to proceed. I thought there's lots of good stuff there, and the color coding is a nice technique.
Yeah, because I was, to be honest, I was getting a little bit of writer's block just trying to start the paper. So I wanted to do more of an outline, and yeah, using the color coding helped.
So next we go to Dan. Dan, would you like to tell us what you have been up to last week?
Yeah, so I added to my ICS white paper, I added in a vulnerabilities section, like more vulnerabilities. And I have to go through and edit it a little bit because it's a little bit more broad than it needs to be. And then I also updated my section on like where ICS fits within operational technology. I spoke with a professor who kind of gave me like a little bit more broad understanding of where everything like within the ICS network kind of it's kind of hard to explain, but it's just like the connectivity of the network and what the ICS actually controls. So I expanded a bit on that section as well, and that can be seen. I still have to update my citations, but I'm done with school now, so I can invest a pretty good amount of time into making my paper or my section of the paper better this week.
Fantastic.
Great.
Yeah, the good news is almost everyone is done now with their school, so we can have some sort of results from all the work you have done during the year. So next we go to James. James, actually, anybody had any comment about Dan's work? No. So we go to James. James, would you like to talk about what you have been working on?
Yeah, sure. So kind of I've written a proposal and I just have to go back over and actually, you guys made edits and suggestions, and I haven't really gone through that yet. I've read through them, but I just need to make the edits, suggestions, add in additional research where needed, to really round out my proposal and polish it.
Mhm. Are you done by school as well?
Well, I'm not in school, so
Oh, I'm sorry.
yes.
You were crashing for a work project that came up unexpectedly, and so you had to, you know,
Yeah,
put all your effort there to get through it.
yeah. I had a quite a big shakeup at work the last 2 weeks, and so we've kind of figured out. But I've been scrambling a bit to take care of that, which was a priority.
Right, right.
Mhm. So next we go to Megan. Megan, would you like to talk about what you have been up to last week?
So I didn't get anything done this week just because I had to cover someone's shift at work who constantly calls in sick, but isn't actually sick, so who makes my life very difficult. So I didn't actually get any research done. I did briefly look at the, I think it's the Web Foundation, the World Wide Web Foundation, and I can't really see any information on what I'm doing specifically. So I think I will have to like set up a meeting with one of your contacts, Parry, to go into proper depth on what information they might have. But that's all I really looked at this week.
All right,
Yeah.
That's good. Okay, any comments? No, then we go to Anna. Anna, would you like to talk about your work this week?
Yes, hi. So the wiki page hasn't gone exactly how I wanted it to go. It was a simple task, but I'm waiting for the appeal to happen. I mean, there's other policy think tanks that managed to publish it, so I'm very optimistic that we'll get it sorted, but it just depends on when they can actually review and see the appeal and all. But during that time, I've basically been looking at the big tech companies. And what I started doing was I had quite a few sources by David Graeber and Alan White, which is really good on outsourcing. I did mention this to Maura. And I mean, I've been playing around with the words outsourcing and consulting, but I think over here it's mainly outsourcing. For example, so there's a really good company called Atos, and they're like this IT provider that deals with data. And basically they've managed to get a lot of government deals. So I think they have one with the Ministry of Defense or something. And they deal with things here like Docklands Light Railway, Barclays Cycle Hire. They have a lot of control with data. And basically they're establishing themselves as well in the US quite quickly. And yet there's not a lot of media attention towards them. I think only in 2012 or something like that, that these scandals around outsourcing only came to light. So I think it's quite a good basis for my research towards big tech companies. So yeah, I've just been trying to organize what I've already read previously on that to try and get ahead of like, you know, big tech companies in the US and their political stances and stuff.
When you say outsourcing, do you mean outsourcing data, or are you talking about outsourcing in terms of finding employee and relating it to talent?
So I mainly mean like companies like Atos, G4S, Capita, Circle. I think there's others as well. That basically they give, I don't know how to explain it, sorry. It's like they, I'm sorry, I'm thinking in another language. They offer their services to government.
Yeah, my question is, they're outsourcing what? Services?
Yeah, basically like
talent.
services. Yeah, services. So there's a lot that deal with justice, welfare, immigration and stuff like that.
Question is, are they handling the data for the government, or are they providing the talent? Because frankly, I get Pari's point. I think you'll need to walk forward with some of what you're looking at. I think my idea on tech giants was more about tech giants kind of providing governance because of who they are and what they control, making decisions about how things happen. Whereas outsourcing is, it's another way of thinking about how tech giants have power, because obviously once they get control of the data, they make some of the rules, but they may be contractually bound to do things in certain ways. So I think what we need to do, Carolina, is when you and I probably need to start talking again to see what you're thinking about. You need to start in a little bit, write a little something, and then we can sort of weigh in, because there's so many ways to take the issue of tech giants. We'll want to work together to make sure that we're working in a direction that interests all of us and that sort of goes where we want it to go. But I'm sure any research that you do at the beginning will help point us in the right direction.
Sure thing. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. And also in relation to the task on Wikipedia, I think what I like you, rather than resubmitting and appealing, is to do a proper research and find out what are the problems, how other people who had the same experience, how they dealt with it, and what else we can do. Because clearly what you wrote, I haven't seen it, I'd like you to share it with me. What you put out there from their point of view was commercial. So we need to change it. So before even you appeal, because if you appeal something that they already rejected, you're not going to have a chance. We have to change it before we resubmit and appeal. So I like you to do a proper research and share that research with me. Also, I like you to share with me what you submitted so I can see what's going on. And before we do anything else, we need to change it to make it according to the rules, regulations, and requirements.
Sure thing.
All right, thank you. Thank you. So, Paul, would you like to discuss anything?
Yeah, so just with the AdWords campaign, it's all set. Patty, actually, I just sent you a note a little while ago, but the one blocking point is I keep getting an error message that says something is a problem with the targeting. And I've gone through all the settings and checked, and I don't see what the problem is. Unfortunately, they're a little bit vague in exactly where the problem is, so it's difficult to diagnose. So I'm researching it, but anyway, I thought if you had any ideas, that would be great. If not, I'll just continue to look into it. But otherwise, everything else seems to be set from what I can see.
Thank you very much. I will look at it. One problem could be because we are a nonprofit. So there are some additional regulations that we have to observe. So it may be that. But you also, I showed you that where you can get help from Google itself. So whenever an issue is a bit vague, you can always ask them as well.
Yeah, that might be a good idea. I assume it's probably something small. When I looked on the web, there seemed to be a lot of discussion of cost per click setting, setting a threshold there. I did that, but maybe there has to be some sort of consistency between the budget that you set per day and the cost per click. I'm not sure, but I assume it's something quite small. It's just a matter of figuring out where that is. But anyway, the rest of it, the ads, the text, keywords, everything else is set. It's just that one sticking point. And once I think that's resolved, it should be ready to go.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So we will ask them, and thank you. So Joseph, would you like to talk about your work? Is Joseph here? I think he was here earlier. I don't see him.
Toyi, are you
here? Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Hi. No. You're changing too many names. Now you're confusing me. So what should we call you? I think last time you said Joseph. Now Toyi.
I'm sorry, I'm not confusing, Toyi sounding Africanish. Now, most don't get Toyi, so Joseph will be more preferable.
Okay. All right. So do you want to discuss your work?
Yeah, presently I'm just aloof. I don't know, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to start with.
I beg your pardon.
Last week, Mara said I'll be added to a group, right?
Yes, I want you to, I believe you're going to be working with the elections group, and you and I need to set up a separate conversation, which I did not do last week, and I apologize. That was on me. I did not write it down, Toyi, and I forgot to reach out to you. So let us do that, plan to do that this week, because you're thinking about some interesting things. And last week, I believe Pari just made a comment for you to write up some of your thoughts about what Megan was discussing, but then I did not follow up with you. So let us, you and I, set up a conversation as soon as possible. I know you're in a different time zone, but let's figure that out and get you started in on writing some things about what you're doing, so we can begin to mesh you in with the group. Does that work for you, Toyi? You're coming in very broken up, but I'm going to assume that was a yes.
Yeah. And also you raised a question in terms of, I shared a folder with you and you said it's empty. And of course it's empty because that's where you're supposed to upload your research. So again, if you had any issue when you had meeting with Maura, she can explain how it works. But it's a folder for you to upload your research. So
Thanks very much.
you're welcome. You're welcome. So I think, okay, Eduardo, is there anything you want to discuss?
Hi, Pari. I was out for 3 days this week. I took the vaccine and it put me in bed for 3 days. I didn't get much work done, so I'm on a listening mode today.
Okay. We all have been there, and it has happened to all of us. So now you're out. Yeah, you're out of woods now, it seems, right?
Yeah, I'm fine now for the first day, but it was worse than I expected. I thought I went into it with a kind of Superman attitude that was quickly debunked.
So you look great, so you must be better.
Yeah. Is it your first one or second?
Also make me feel lucky, Eduardo, since I had only a teeny bit of sore arm. So.
Oh.
Eduardo, is it your first shot or second one?
I did the J&J one.
Oh,
no, is it your first? Oh, okay.
J&J is just one.
Just one.
Yeah. And that's why it's actually a stronger reaction.
Yeah, I learned afterwards.
Yes.
I thought I'd be quick and do one to get it over with, but that's all right. I'm fine.
Yeah, now you're done. That's good.
Yeah, wonderful. Okay, it seems that we're going to have a shorter meeting. Is there anything anyone wants to discuss?
We've scheduled the thing on Internet of Things, right? The session.
Yes, I have put on your calendars, and we'll put it out, because last time for 5G, only those of us who were doing 5G work came to listen to Michelle. And I would say that more of us may be interested. He is going to speak to us on the Internet of Things on the 8th of June, which is, he has kindly agreed to put it off until I get back to Washington, D.C., so I won't be listening on the road. So it is Tuesday, the 8th of June, and given that he's in Paris, he's going to do it at 9 p.m. his time. So whatever time, you are, that stretches from Los Angeles noon to wherever we might be, I will make sure that we get something out. And I think, Paul, he said he would work with you on his slides for his franglais. And I didn't tell him, but I will also offer to, I'm happy to look at anything to help him on his franglais as well. So, but I will make everybody aware of that. But those of you who came to the 5G discussion, maybe was it only 2 weeks ago now? It was really, really insightful. And then, as Paul said, there was the portion where he spoke on what he had planned, and then there was the additional 45 minutes that I don't think he was going to spend with us. That was the give and take, where we started to talk about what we're really interested in and sort of his opinions. And that was perhaps an even richer discussion for us in terms of kind of thinking forward, building on his expertise. So I'm going to encourage everyone, no matter what you're working on, because the Internet of Things is going to be highly political, however it happens. So there are going to be going to be bleed over probably into everyone's discussions on the technology side, and even potentially in elections. And sustainability is all about the Internet of Things and 5G. So I will encourage everyone who is available to attend. With many thanks to Paul for making this happen, for bringing someone who has the patience and the expertise to really get us smart and get us up the learning curve. So thank you, Paul.
Yes, thank you, Paul. It's been terrific.
Yeah, and Paul, we have a slide deck that in case he wants it, you're welcome to share it with him. So it makes making the slides much, much easier.
Oh, good. Yeah, no, that would be great. If we have something like that, that'd be perfect.
Yeah, we have it. So
Luckily,
I will share it.
We have a
with
bit of
you.
time, but it would be good whenever it's convenient.
Yeah, I will share it with you. It's very easy. Once you have that, you can, because everybody else used it for their slides and it's quite good. Okay. Then in this case, is there any other comments anybody wants to make?
Eduardo,
Sorry,
you have your hand up? Go ahead.
I didn't catch the name of the speaker on the Internet of Things.
Michel Levy. En français, c'est Levy, hein? So
Levy.
Michel Levy, he is a retired but still working, is he not, Paul? You can give Eduardo a little bit more of his background.
He's never retired.
I know. Okay. He's got 50 years in the business.
Yeah, no, Eduardo, just, he's a former colleague of mine, and yeah, he's worked in the telecom industry for quite a while, a lot, mainly for Alcatel, and has got a lot of experience in the wireless mobile technology side of things. So both from an engineering standpoint and also business development and marketing. And when I met him, he was the head of all of Alcatel's wireless business development marketing for the Asia Pacific region. So that's a pretty large territory. So he knows his way around, both from a technical standpoint, but also from a commercial and business standpoint. So I thought that might be useful for some of the projects that are underway here. I think that fits well with sort of what Leo and Echo are working on, because it's incorporates those two perspectives. But anyway, that's in a nutshell.
And he's an engineer, but he's actually learned to talk to non-engineers over the years. So I found he really had some sound bites that were incredibly illuminating on how stuff works, that a non-techie could go like, oh, I get it. That makes so much sense. So really, I thought it was really, really helpful. I really did.
Yeah, it was. It really was.
Yeah. Thank you, Paul. That was wonderful. And we are all looking forward to have the Internet of Things session.
Right. So that's Tuesday, the 8th of June. Put it on your calendars, and Pari will put out a note for everybody again, or I will put out a note for everybody again, just to keep reminding people.
Yeah.
There's a good book on the Internet of Things called Pax Technica by Philip Howard, the director of the Oxford Internet Institute, which might make for good preparation reading. Pax Technica, how the Internet of Things may set us free. Apparently it's good. It might bring up an age of global security, according to Philip Howard.
Only if it's done securely.
Or his way.
Right.
Yeah.
But I found that these books are often very prescriptive. They say if it's either dystopia or utopia, but if you follow my instructions for policy, it's going to be great.
That is a particular genre. Yes.
Yeah. Phil is the guy I think we had an interview with, right, Greg?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
He seems good.
Very nice person. Yeah. I liked him a lot. Well, thank you very much, Eduardo, for introducing the book. Certainly, I'm gonna go and look at it. And on that note, I want to thank you, everybody, for being here. Have a wonderful week, and we see you all next week. And we will be in touch during the week as well. Thank you.
Good week. Good week, everybody.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.